I'm Joni Martin. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator located in Southwest Wisconsin. I love it when you can join me in my scrapping space to create something pretty. What do you say we get my face out of the way and start creating? Today I am sharing with you one of the two kits that was released in July by Stampin' Up! The other kit was a really fun Carnival Kids kit, and you can find that both on my Facebook page or on my YouTube channel. This kit is called Garden of Thanks. It has 3 different card designs, and we're going to open a new kit so I can show you what you get when you get in the kit. Then I'm going to show you just how easy it is to make these 3 pretty cards. So your kit will come in a box like this, and inside, because there's stamping on 2 of the 3 cards, you get an ink spot. And this one is Misty Moonlight. You get a set of stamps, and there's a little printout of the stamps. I'll show you that when I open this up because it's so much easier to read. You get easy, wonderful directions. Let's open that up. So in any kit, whether it's paper pumpkin or a kit, a standalone kit from Stampin' Up!, this is how they come packaged. Everything is secure, everything stays dry. And on one side is your directions. There's a cardboard in here, and this is our stamp insert I'll show you. And on the other side are all your supplies. So let's take a second. I'm going to quick show you what the stamps are. Now this kit has everything you need to make it in 3 languages except the stamp set. The stamp set is specific to whether you ordered it in English. Oh guys, I can't even tell you what the other 2 languages are. Sorry. Or the other languages, which you would know and I don't need to know. So in this one, the stamps included say, I appreciate you so much. Thank you. You're the best. And this overall, what would we call that? Sprig design that we're going to use on one of the cards. We'll get to the directions in a minute. If it is a kit that includes stamping, it includes a block. So you could take this whole kit with you. All I would probably add to it is maybe a scissors and my take your pick tool, because I don't think I can create without my take your pick tool, but that's me. So the adhesives, meaning how you're going to attach things in this kit, are glue dots and dimensionals. Here's our block for stamping. And on one of our cards, we have a lovely Misty Moonlight bow, and they include that. They include the bling you need. And no naked envelopes for these guys. Look at the envelope flap. Isn't that pretty? It's the same envelope for all 9 cards because it's 3 card designs, but 3 of each card. So there's 3 card bases of that design. There's some lovely printouts, or pop-out die cuts that we're going to use, and they're set up so that each sheet will make 1 set of 3 cards. Look at this. Now I know some of you are really good at taking card kits apart and making your own cards. It just makes them go a little farther. This is the perfect example of that, because you could cut this in half and make 2 card fronts. They are beautiful. Then you're going to stamp, like this is the thank you. And there's 3 cards you can make of this, but they include 4 circles, which is great. If you muck one up, you have a backup. If you don't, you can just stamp something else you want. You know, like here, if you don't want the gold, just stamp on the white side. And then this card stamps on this little tag. They really have everything you need. This card doesn't have stamping. This is one of the first kits I know that included both stamping and non-stamping. It has the thank you as a die cut. They're all on this sheet. So there's the 3 languages, there's the 3 languages. Stampin' Up! Is a global company, and many of our card kits are available beyond North America. Paper Pumpkin is only a North American kit. And this is one of the other ones we're going to use. We're going to actually stamp on this card base. And then these pretty sprigs are going on here. What do you say we make a card? I'm going to just make some room for us to work here. And I'm going to show you the directions and show you how easy this is. So your directions show you on the front what your kit includes. 3 card designs, 3 of each card, 9 cards. On the back, it shows you everything that comes in the kit, which I've kind of gone over. This is a Stampin' Up product, so it tells you, it coordinates with which Stampin' Up colors it coordinates with. So you want to maybe take pieces and do something different, you know what colors are automatically going to work. It also has stampingupbeginner.com. So if you've used a QR code before, you just put your phone over it to the camera. It will open a video that tells you some stamping basics, and this one tells you more detailed instructions for the kit. Here's what else they do, and this is what I've done already. They tell you what to pull apart for each card. And I've already done that, so you don't have to watch me tear the pieces apart. Then these instructions have no words. So you could share them with some kids in your life, some non-English speakers. They would be able to put the kit together. We're going to make each of the cards. I'm going to just point out some directions as I go. So this is the first one. It's card number 1. And for card number 1, it even shows you that this arrow says fold the card. So we're going to do that. And the front of the card has more white showing, and that's what we have. This beautiful print goes all the way to the edge over here. If you have a bone folder or the edge of a snips or something else, you may want to give it a little extra push there to get a tight fold. Then, so we're done with step 1. Step 2 says, if it's a solid colored dot, it means you're going to use the glue dots that come in the kit, which I have already pushed aside. Let's see if we can quickly grab them. If not, I have a lot of glue dots because I get Paper Pumpkin and a lot of other kits, and they're really easy to travel with or to give someone who needs glue dots. So I just keep a random assortment here by my workstation. And I'm to put that on the back of the little purple tag that is included in there. All right. And it even shows me where to put them. So it's telling me to put 6 glue dots on there. This is a measure of how well can I really follow directions, because those of you who craft with me know I'm not always the best at following directions. I kind of like to go my own way. But these are beautiful kits designed by artists, so sometimes I do like to follow their directions. And I have that done, but before I attach it to my card, it shows that I'm going to put dimensionals on the back of the thank you. And the thank you has disappeared. So we'll grab one out of the kit here. I'm going to pop it out. And then because they're open circles, I know they're dimensionals. And they gave us these little mini dimensionals, which are perfect for that. So we're going to just attach those. And if you find, like, I don't really want it to show on the other side, but I feel like it needs more than that, more than the 2 I put there, I'm just going to cut a couple little pieces. That can slip in there. And I'll cut another little one here. Peel the backing off. So when they come off of the card, they're sticky, and then there's also sticky you peel off on the other side. And let's do that. This is a stunningly beautiful card that goes together so quickly. I'm fighting with my dimensionals here. It doesn't have to be that hard. There we go. And then this one. And we'll peel those backs off. I try to contain those backs. That's a tip from my friend Jennifer, who's a demonstrator. because otherwise they go everywhere. She said they land on her pets. They land upstairs, they stick to your clothes. So if I can get them corralled in a little container, it's just so much easier. Then the thank you is gonna go right here. Look at these colors. I am not sure I would have put this blue and purple together, and it looks like thank you doesn't quite go off the edge. So we're gonna do this. There we go. Folks, we're almost done with this card. This is how easy it is. I think I've made it look harder than it is as I putz with the dimensionals. Now, if you're someone who crafts and you're like, I am not playing with those tiny little glue dots, your multi-purpose glue would work, a tape runner would work. Like I said, I was just trying to follow the directions. Get those off of there. All right. And then this is going here. They lined up the edge of the thank you with the edge of the card. Isn't that beautiful? It's already white on the inside, so you can write what you want. And then they have some pretty bling, which I really have misplaced here. Oh, that's what you get. Sorry, guys. Here we go. It's relatively flat, so that's nice. The picture shows me how many and where they put it. So I'm going to use my take your pick tool. There's a glue dot on the back. Some of you have great fingernails and you can use those. There's a large and a small. I'm using one large and two small, but it's your card. You can do whatever you want with it. But the first card is made. How easy was that? And how beautiful is this card? Okay, card one done. Oh, look what I found, the bling. Ready to go in its envelope. Does that happen to you on your crafting table? When you quit looking for it, you find it? Okay. Card two is that beautiful Misty Moonlight base. This one right here. So when they want you to stamp something, they show you the ink pad and they have an arrow from the stamp to the ink pad to what you're to stamp. Great directions. So the first direction is to fold in half. And again, I did some of this ahead of time because you probably have better things to do than to watch me stamp. They want you to stamp this in each corner. And honestly, that's not something I would usually do in this print, but I love it. And it's probably an idea I'll use again. Then I'm to stamp. I appreciate you so much. See, I can follow some directions. There we go. Then on here, we're to put dimensionals. That's because it's an open circle, not a filled, like not the solid little dot that we used before. And I do try to put the dimensionals where they tell me because sometimes things are layering and they know where things are going to land. So on the back of here, and I found it easiest just to kind of lay the shape next to it and make sure I have it going the same way, and then I know where to put dimensionals. Like there, and here. And sometimes it doesn't matter, but as you're assembling the card, sometimes you're like, oh, that's why they wanted you to put a dimensional there, because it's going to layer with this piece. Again, they do know what they're doing. And then I appreciate you so much just has 3 down the back. There's 1, there, and there. Let's peel off the back of those. And you could, as we do with paper pumpkin in my class, we often make one according to the directions, see what we love about it, and then we kind of go rogue with the other pieces. But you could make all 9 cards exactly as they show you, and you would have beautiful cards. You could make one of each design and decide what you want to do with the other pieces. Because again, this is the same front and back, so if you just wanted to use it for card fronts, you could do that, and that's what I'm going to do. We just finished the amazing All Things Crafty garage sale, and I had such wonderful helpers, and I have a large number of thank you cards to get out, so I'm going to cut mine apart, the other pieces, to make more thank you cards. Okay, now it tells me to attach this like this, and it just pops down. And then this pops over this. And the reason that I wanted to pay attention to where the dimensionals go is you can have 2 layers of dimensionals. You just can't have one layer on top of the other one, or it can make it too thick to mail. But because I went around on the outside here, I can pop this one in here, and I don't have a double row of dimensionals. Like, I don't have one dimensional on top of another. Then the pretty bling, and it tells me I have 3. I'm going to put 1 here. Again, they know the Joni Martin rule of embellishments. It's probably not my rule, that's why they know it, but odd number, 3, roughly triangular shape, which just means 1 embellishment by itself and 2 closer together. Oh, look at that. I appreciate you so much. Again, going in a pretty coordinated envelope. How cool is that? Okay, card 2 done. Card 3. Pretty card, maybe just 1 extra step. We're going to play with the Misty Moonlight twine. We have stamped a circle that says thank you. I love that thank you. You know, that's the other great thing about these kits is I will use up all the pieces and I'll still have a stamp set and some ink spot I can use. I'm going to fold my card in half and stamp thank you in the circle. Step 1 and 2 are done. Then, let me just show you here. They are showing me in detail that I'm going to put a glue dot here, and then, so they're showing me exactly where the glue dots should go, because they're going to attach my glue dot to the back of this piece. So to the back of here, these are attaching my glue dots, and you kind of want to do this. So this is what I did. I looked to see what I wanted to see, and according to this, the pink goes on this side, so we'll do that. So I actually kind of did this. I didn't necessarily, as usual, follow all the directions. I laid it where I wanted it to lie, okay? And I like that. So I kept that. You could use the glue dots now, or if you have any tear and tape at your house, this is faster. Just grab it, and there's tear and tape from past kits, so if you've done kits before, you may have some. I just attached it like this. Okay. Then you'll notice that you don't really see this stem down here, so this is what I did. But you could follow the directions and line up the stem, and I'm sure it would be beautiful. I have it kind of wonky here, so we're going to do this because I really like when it kind of comes over the edge. I just feel like that gives a little more interest. So I just moved it a little bit so you didn't see the stem there. If that was bugging you, trim the stem. It's your card. Now that you have the kit, you can do whatever you want with it. So there's that side. I'm going to do the same on this side. I'm going to start from the front rather than from the back. Oh, look, isn't that pretty? And we're not seeing any of it in that opening. And a touch of, I'm using tear and tape. You could use glue dots, whatever you want. It doesn't need a lot because the next step is dimensionals. So I'm going to put dimensionals on the back of the circle and on the back of here. Tells me to put 3 here, like so. And then they're pretty generous on here. Some of them you can put right over those little floral or leaf die cuts, whatever you want to call them, sprigs, because that will help hold them in place. And if you didn't have tear and tape, you could just do that. You could lay them there and make sure your dimensionals went over the top of them. I'm being pretty generous with these. And that will hold them in place. Okay. And then before we attach it, it tells us to tie a bow. And it even tells me how long a piece I need. I need 15 inches. All right, so along the side of my plate here, I have 13 inches, and I know 13 plus 2 equals 15. There we go. You tie a bow however it works for you. For me, it's easier to find roughly the center and make 2 loops and then knot it. And when I pull them, I can decide how big I want my loop to be. And so I like that. Then, well, you know what, looking at the card, I think we're going to make it slightly bigger. Then I'm going to knot it one more time once I have the loops where I want them, because that will hold those loops from changing, you know, from pulling apart. I'm going to pull that tight. And they attach that with a glue dot. That's what these small glue dots are perfect for. So I'm going to put a glue dot roughly where I want that bow to be. I'm going to pop off the back, and then I'm going to push this bow down right on top to catch where the glue dot is. Then clearly I have a lot of thread. For me, I need that much. I have some struggles with my hands, and it makes sure that I have enough to work with, but we know we don't need this much. So we'll trim some. Okay. Ooh, what do you say we grab a card, friend? Here we go. And we're going to attach this. This pretty flower is going to pop up like so. Just like that. And again, when you, like me, are a little more generous with these, then you have more backs to take off. But these are beautiful thank you cards. And we can always use thank you cards. If you can't use thank you cards, like I don't need any more thank you cards, you have this circle. And if you purchased our kits before, if you're already a paper crafter and have stamps, you could make that into, you could put a happy birthday there. Or you could leave this, the saying off the front and write a note on the inside for whatever you need to be. We have a friend in our little town who recently lost her mom, and then within 10 days, I think, or 2 weeks, lost a very good friend. So she's kind of hurting right now. And I could leave the thank you off. This would be a beautiful card, and send her a note on the inside. Just letting her know that people are thinking about her. And that's probably what I'll do with one of the other pieces in this kit. There we go. And then this bow is kind of hanging down, and you're going to sneak this right next to that bow, like so. You might want to sneak it so the thank you is straight, but that's you. You know, well, however you want to do it. There we go. Then again, they're telling you 3 pieces of bling, and we're going to grab those. And I like to have a piece by my sentiment, and they have it right below. But here's what else you can do. These are flat. You could stick one right there. That you have a lot of open space in your label. And then you could stick 2 more kind of, whoa, run away there. Up there and up there. It's your card. You get to make it however you want. Stampin' Up is just giving you beautiful supplies and directions to do whatever you want. And actually, this is called Garden of Thanks Kit, and my cards turned out pretty close to theirs. There we go. There we go. And as you can tell from the corners, my camera, I already have a mess here. Do you have a mess when you create? I'm not sure it's really creating unless you do, but that's me. Hey, thanks for watching. It really does mean more than you know. Until next time, take care and keep crafting.